I'm checking in with our week 3 weekly recap. I've gone over the work that you've submitted this week using technology in the classroom, and there's a few areas I'd like to emphasize with you. The first one is the results of the poll that you shared data through our presentation. First of all, most of you are comfortable and proficient using technology daily for your schoolwork. Many of you know how to use it as a teaching resource, and a few of you have even used the smartboard with your students or observed in classrooms where smartboards were being used. So most of you feel very comfortable around technology and would continue to use it in the classroom. Well, I discussed the article results, whether you were pro or against technology in our debate. We didn't have much of a debate. All of you were for technology in the classroom with students. A variety of reasons were given, and I must emphasize that many of you thought it is a positive, but only if used in developmentally appropriate ways. And a lot of you really emphasized that in your comments. The top reasons for using technology would be because it is a tool to reach the diverse needs of our learners, whether it's a language diversity or a cognitive and academic diversity. You're reading many reasons why it can reach a large variety of learners and is very easy for a teacher to make these adaptations. It's also a great communication tool between families and teachers and students, and many of you emphasized how fun and motivating it is, especially when students are using apps or games in the classroom for practice. And the last reason many of you emphasized was that technology prepares students for the real world. It's what they're going to have to do when they leave the classroom, and so it's important for them to get many experiences. So those are the reasons that you shared. Now, I know a few of you did read articles that emphasized the negative, but you also found positive points in them. And I think the bottom line is technology is here to stay. It is important. But if it's not used developmentally, in developmentally appropriate ways, or it's abused, then it's not a good feature to have in a classroom. So you have to find that balance, and it's really important for you to think about how much time your students are spending in front of media devices in your classroom, because many of them will also use media devices in their homes, at their babysitters, at their daycares, before and after school. And so the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends for young learners about age 8 and younger that they get no more than 1 hour of screen time a day, and that adds up very quickly. That's any screen that they're reading from or playing or engaging in. So you can see that very easily they will be over that limit if they're using it in all the places that I mentioned. Students are also complaining of vision problems and headaches because they're spending so much time staring at a screen. So we really have to make sure that when we choose to use technology, it is going to enhance our lesson and it is the best choice to teach whatever we're trying to teach. So keep those things in mind, and I really enjoyed reading your comments on the Padlet for the week. The second thing I want to do our recap on is our website evaluation project. I'm still getting them in, but so far everyone has done a really thorough and great job, and you've shared lots of fantastic websites. Make sure that you've added your reflection to your project. If you haven't, go back in and post that as a separate document in the Dropbox. Also make sure that in your discussion thread, you've shared just the web addresses of the 3 websites that you've selected, and that you go back through and look at the websites that your classmates have posted, because that takes the time-consuming part of finding these quality websites and gives you a very large list and a great variety of websites that you can bookmark. And that comes to our last point. Go in and look at those websites and save them to a place where you can find them. They're only as good as your organization of finding them. So maybe you want to create a Pinterest board where you post all your websites that you like to visit as a teacher resource and as a student interactive resource and as that teacher reproducible. That could be 3 boards on Pinterest for you. Maybe you just want to bookmark them on your computer. Whatever organizational tool you select, stay consistent with it and remember that it's there so you don't have to go looking every time. Good job on week 3. We'll be moving into week 4 and we're going to piggyback on the way that we found technology helps our diverse learners and really get into other instructional strategies that will help them as well.